Okay, today I thought we'd have a go at a couple of lambs because it's Easter and we see lots of lambs in the fields at the moment. So let's have a go at that today. I'll just draw out the simple shapes as before. And so we'll put a big egg shape here for the main body of that lamb, one lamb. And then a little triangle, oh no, another shape there, another circle next door to it, touching it, slightly smaller. Then a triangle, a blunt triangle, and then one next door to it for the other head. Something like that. For the ears, another blunt triangle there, one here, and there, and the legs, just some sausage shapes and rectangles, one there, and the back legs, one there, and one there. Okay, got some fields in the background, bit of grass, something like that. Okay, so they haven't got eyes, they've got no shape, so let's round off some of the shapes and make them look a little bit more realistic. So this head out first. Carefully go around the head. And the ears, quite big ears really. And the body comes down, a bit wobbly, and then round for the leg, a bit for kneecap. So this second leg, bit of a kneecap there. And this one comes round, another kneecap there. Okay, then this head is slightly different because it's almost side view. Comes down to the nose, mouth. Okay, then the ear, the back, and then this ear at the front. Now the body. Round for the knee. And this leg. Sharp corner here, and down for the rear leg. Something like that. Okay, now I know he's got two legs at the back, so we'll just sort of suggest that there. Now they need some eyes, I suppose, so be careful with those. Line at the top and then a circle underneath, but a bit shorter than that line. Okay, the nose. And the mouth, nose, joins to the mouth there, and an eye for this guy. Okay, hill in the background, bit of grass in the foreground, and that's it. They've got a little tail. Do we put the tail on before the farmer's got hold of it? Okay, now with the rubber, just rub out the construction lines. Nice blue spring day. A little bit of blue, a little bit of water, just roughly over the background, just up against the first little lamb there, around the ear, carefully paint around the shape of the heads. On this side. I'm going to go quite quickly because you don't want to watch a very long video. Well, you might want to, but I'll be very surprised. Any blue will do, but put plenty of water with it so that it's pale blue. Okay, then we get blue sky. Fields can be green. Right there, maybe it's a cornfield. No, it can't be a cornfield if it's spring, can it? Not really. Well, anyway, this field is going to be green. Quite pale, like the sky was. In between the legs. You can touch that colour so they blend together. Looks a bit more interesting. Okay. And in the foreground, the grass there, a little bit darker. So in other words, a little bit less water, and I'll put a little bit of blue, dark blue paint with the green paint so it appears a bit darker. That's a little bit more blue for this bit here, so it looks as though it's a bit nearer. Bit of brown into that as well. Trying to be arty. Whoops, probably the wrong colour. Just suggesting a few of the strands of grass there. Okay, so that needs the hairdryer treatment. So what colour's the lamb going to be? Let's do a little bit of pale blue to begin with. Very pale blue, very pale blue. Lots of water with this. Just do the body of this one in the background. I'm not painting all of the animal, just some of it. And this one as well. And then we'll go in with another colour. I know lambs aren't really blue, but the shadow area might be. Okay, with a little bit of red, very, very pale. Just paint some of the side of the paint that you've just put down. So that it joins this blue. Okay. And then with a clean brush, just against the edge, instead of paint, just water, and let that blend into the white of the paper. And then give it the hairdryer treatment. Now a little bit of pale yellow, very pale. Well, it's pale brown and a very pale version of that pale brown. Let's go over there. Parts of the lamb that you didn't paint before. Perhaps a bit more on this one on the back, in the background here, because it's in shadow really. This one's in front. With a clean brush again, just against that, so it just looks like it's a round shape. Okay, oh, I haven't done that back layer, have I? Just back there. Give it a blast. Now with the dark blue and a tiny bit of red, make a sort of purpley colour. Let's just go and darken up some of the areas where there's a bit more shadow. That ear, and in the eyes. Very carefully. The nose and the mouth. Perhaps this leg at the back, because it's in shadow, and this leg is as well, isn't it? And then with a clean brush, just against the edge where you've just painted, so that it softens and blends into the rest of the body. There as well, and there as well. Perhaps we should paint that leg at the back. Got the tail, bit of shadow on the tail. And that's it, more or less. A few strands of grass. Do we want to put a fence in the background? So if we do a little bit of brown paint. Otherwise, the lambs will get out, run into the road, get run over. Not good. Bit of shadow underneath the fence. And there you have it. Oops, we ought to just darken the eye a little tiny bit more. Just up here. There you go. 2 little lambs in a field for Easter. Happy Easter.